Okay, let's repair this door panel. Here, this side is already done, but normally this is the way how it looks. It is these rubber mushrooms are not all the way in. These holes here are broken and it looks ugly. And I will show you how I fixed this by means of some 3D printing and some small but very effective tricks. So there comes, once in a TT's lifetime, the moment where you have to remove the door panel. And what happens is that this plastic here that accepts this rubber sealing here, this thingy, it breaks. So my fix for that is a 3D printed part that will be glued to the door panel, and I will just show you how I did it. So with the knife I separated the leather imitate from the plastic, and I just cut it so that this there is actually a bend with a sharp corner, and I went in with the cutter knife from the inside along this corner, and I slid it several times, and then I broke it off so that I have a relatively straight line. Then I printed this part here. That is, the other one is in the printer now. This here warped a little bit, but for demonstration it's fine. And I will use here this special black glue. I already scratched the surface here so that it will bond better. I will also do the same to this 3D printed area, and what then happens is that this thing goes in like this, and then you can see that you can align it with the, you know, with the holes here, glue it in place, and then glue the leather with some, I use Patex, and then I glue it to the new plastic, and that works really amazingly good. I've done this already to my Roadster, and now it is time for the coupe. And I will put the 3D printable file in the description. I'm using ASA, that is tougher and can also bend a little bit and will not break. I would not recommend use PLA. PTEG would probably also work. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go, and I will show the result also. See how it looks when it's glued back on. Even this leather imitate is you know, glued back to the printed part. You see here this bend here is even imitated by the part from the inside. It looks like this, and you have to cut a little stuff away, as I've shown, and then glue this thing in place. And I really use the leather outer mask, let's call it, for alignment. And now this can be put back in the car, and it really will hold. It is thicker than the original plastic, but inside here there are some smaller pockets. Here you can see it for these rubber mushroom things to slide in there, exactly formed according to these mushrooms. Nevertheless, I would suggest to put some liquid soap or anything on the rubber, and also here on these holes, to make it easier for the rubber mushrooms to slide in there. So here we are now with the door panel being brought back into place, and as you can see, these holes align pretty well. I will be putting it in place. There's one important thing that also increases the chances of these things here working, and that is that you push the door panel all the way down, and it tends to, you know, after some time it doesn't like to slide all the way down. So what I did, I oiled these small rubber covers that sit on the metal of the door frame with sewing machine oil, and this allowed the door panel to slide really all the way down. You feel it if you push down. It is not really going back and forth. That means that it sits really all the way down, and that is necessary for these mushroom things to really easily slide in place. And now I'm gonna put it all together. Okay, I think this is a very good result. Oh, come on. You can see that looks a lot better than it looks usually. This mushroom here is nearly all the way down. This here is holding snugly, and what I'm doing, I'm lowering the window, and then I'm going in with a spudger like this, and then providing some resistance behind these the new 3D printed part, so that if you push from this side here, it can pop in. And I also use some liquid detergent on the mushrooms, on the rubber mushrooms, so that they slide in. And this is the door panel back in place, looking beautifully, and the gap that usually can be seen here is more or less closed.